Hello everyone, welcome to Halo Moon Tarot. This is your weekly singles love reading for Taurus. How are you guys? Taurus. What is coming in for Taurus? What do they need to know? Okay. Yeah, someone's left something behind, ready to start something new. I see a new crush. This is someone who longs for love. So this is a person who just wasn't very happy where they were at here. Yeah. Someone moving on. Yeah, this is a person wanting emotional fulfillment. Happy home, happy life. Yeah, there could be children involved here. I want to see friends and family. There's some kind of good news. Like I feel there could be someone in your community. You might meet somebody new here through friends and family. And I do see feeling fulfilled. I feel like you're walking towards something more fulfilling. Really nice. Yeah, we got someone here who's curious. The curious person. Yeah, a spark and attraction. Wow. A bit of a new flame here, but yeah, someone here is leaving something behind, looking for new. Yeah, moving on. So someone waiting for things to calm down, a little time in between here. But this is about applying the lessons learned. So yeah, I do think like I say, this could be somebody maybe visiting someone here too. But I feel like, I'm feeling like I'm seeing your energy and the other person's energy, but this is a person learning, see, curious. So you got a person who's longs for love. I mean, it's not yourself, it's the other person. Yeah, someone in your online dating, social media, in your community. Yeah, it's saying to trust your intuition here. You might even know who this person is. It could be an acquaintance. See, some sort of acquaintance here. Well, someone's crushing here. But it's definitely someone who wants to be happy. See, happy home, happy life. This is someone here, kind of fantasizing and romanticizing about being with someone. Yeah, a happy home and family. Someone's learning something too. Yeah, curious person. And then we have the Chariot. So this is a person here who's definitely taking control of the situation. Yeah, they're out of here. They're moving forward. This is someone who's likely going to just swoop right in. But you might know who this is. Could be an acquaintance, but it's someone who's kind of keeping things to themselves right now. I feel like they're not going to say anything. Yeah, they're not going to say nothing to anyone. They're just going to see where this goes because they're taking the control of this. Someone trying not to let their emotions get the best of them. Look at that. We got someone doing some serious thinking, strategizing and analyzing a situation. It's someone who's seeing truth. They've learned something. Yeah. They're applying lessons learned, definitely. But they're also strategizing, and the strategy is to take control of the situation. But they're keeping this to themselves. They're not going to tell anybody. Privacy. They're not going to tell their friends. No, they're not going to say too much. I guess they're going to learn everything they need to know first. And it could be someone who's been talking to people and actually learned something, but they're keeping it all in. They're trusting their inner knowing. It's like they just know, yeah. Just keep it to themselves. Until they're certain, because they're analyzing this a lot here. Yeah, they're trying to be patient, see? But it's about investing what someone's interested in. They want to know everything. Yeah. I think this is an acquaintance. Or it's somebody wanting to get acquainted, maybe talking to people. Now, this is often someone who just kind of, I'm just curious, just wondering, But they're going to take whatever it is they're learning here and they're going to run with it. Yeah, I don't think they're going to tell the people exactly what they're doing, though, but they've learned something. Tell me about this Seven of Pentacles. Ooh, it's an Emperor. Yeah, look at that. This is a person who's, manifesting their dreams here, what it is they want. I see romance too, romanticizing here, but this is someone who's not happy where they were. They've moved on. But it's a person who I feel is curious and wants to know everything they can about you. But they're not going to tell their friends what they're going to do. That's what I find interesting, yeah. Let's have a... Actually, let me grab this other deck here. Tell me about this High Priestess. Yeah, see, someone who longs for love. It's a crush they're keeping. This is someone talking to people, just like, I'm just curious. No big deal. Yeah, I'm just curious. But no, they're crushing. This is a person who longs for love. Aw, yeah, look at that. This is an energy of someone's pride getting in the way a little bit too. But, you know, the interesting thing is when they take control, they're putting their pride aside. But this is an energy of someone who's paying attention to the red flags too. So this is why they're learning everything. Wanting to know everything that they can, but acting like they're just curious. Yeah. They don't want to tell these people what they're planning and preparing for. Yeah, they're going to reach out. See, they want to reach out. A little test. Yeah, look at that. They're taking control here by reaching out. Yeah, this person could be finding out all kinds of things here. We'll see what comes out. But I can see with this energy of change. See, this is someone going to reach out. Just kind of go with the flow here. But this is someone ready for change. It's definitely someone who's moved on from something here. Or they're finding that about you. But like I say, it's a person who longs for love. And I wouldn't be surprised if you're both crushing. One of you is curious. You know, oh, just curious, asking questions, wanting to know. I think it's an acquaintance. And it's about getting acquainted. Tell me about the Six of Pentacles. Yeah, see, something to do with a house, a home. See, it's about providing, preparing. They're preparing something here. And it's pride. Someone who takes pride in their house and home. Very interesting. Tell me about this Seven of Cups. Yeah, see, procrastinating, should I or shouldn't I? And they want to reach out. But like I say, there's things that they want to know. Who you're interested in, what interests you. You know, like I say, this is just somebody kind of acting, I'm just curious, no big deal. But I think there's some people who know. I think these people know. The friends. See, paying attention to the signs, the signals, being a little cautious. Definitely there's that energy because we have the King of Swords is often someone who likes to know everything before they make any kind of a move. You know, at least whatever they can. But it has to do with preparing. Someone who takes pride. See, this is someone who takes pride. This is what they hope to achieve. I see someone taking pride in their house and home. So this is what I feel they're doing. There's something that they're learning about you they're going to do. They want to impress you. So it also has to do with someone's first impressions. Interesting. Oh, we got the Queen of Cups, yeah. Somebody who's kind, compassionate, cares. A caring kind of person. Could be single parent. Someone who loves animals. Yeah, they're just looking at all the things that someone's interested in. It's just, they're learning here about someone who, like I say, there could be children, someone who cares about children or whatever it is that you're doing here. But I feel like, you know, waiting for someone to kind of reciprocate here. Maybe they've learned here that you're waiting for them to reciprocate because that's what the Queen of Cups does, is just kind of waits for this person to reach out. And I do feel it has to do with someone's home, maybe where you live, because I feel like they want to, you know, it's an energy of putting their best foot forward, obviously, but it's about that first impression. They want to do something to impress you, but like I say, their first impressions of you. Tell me about the Queen of Cups. Queen of Cups. Yeah, this is someone who's ended something. So some of you, if you have ended something, this person's finding this out, or they have. Yeah, rising like the phoenix from the ashes, the Emperor. Somebody here wants to impress you, but like I say, their first impressions. And I love this because we have someone who's leaving something behind, looking for something new. I think it's both of you, but we'll have a look at this energy. Yeah, someone here was feeling a little confused, but this is about someone keeping things to themselves, but going deep within their emotions. And I'm going to tell you, this is someone this is a person who internally are deeply emotional. And they often keep it to themselves. They don't let people know how things affect to them. It's an Emperor. Often not the most emotionally, at least externally. Yeah. This is someone taking a deep dive here, though. Yeah, look at that. This is about two people talking. I wouldn't be surprised here, too. Like I say, there's friends or friends of friends. There's something that's still unknown. There's something that's still unknown that this person wants to know. But one thing about this person, it's about truth. Some sort of truth, discovering some sort of truth. And this changes everything. Oh my gosh. Yeah, something to do with these people. This changes everything. I wouldn't be surprised if someone has moved out or relocated. This could be someone who has children at a distance too. Missing them. But it's about two people going to come together here. See, just between the two of you. Tell me about the Three of Cups. There's good news. Yeah, some sort of shock surprise here. Some sort of sudden change. Yeah. This is, I feel, discovering things that this person's learning, or yourself if you are the masculine energy. But it's about strategizing and analyzing the situation. And there's a massive epiphany here. Something kind of exciting, some kind of exciting news. Because something that they're finding out changes everything. Yeah. Look at that. Someone who's emotionally mature too. And I like this. I mean, it could be a blended family situation for some. It could be grandchildren, things like that. But it's like we got two people searching for the same thing. Yeah. But some sort of shock and sudden change that this person's hearing. It's positive because it's good news. Yeah. See, determined. These are two people who are determined to succeed. Now I do see a little bit of a power struggle here. But it could be someone just putting on the brakes, taking another look before they move on. Kind of circling back around to change a course. Yeah, this is an interesting read. This is somebody learning and discovering something about the other person. So like I say, it's coming to a screeching halt. But there's excitement. So this is somebody, taking control again, taking control of the situation. I think this is someone who's moved on from someone who they put on the brakes from someone here. This is someone just kind of looking at things. And I'm going to tell you about the Chariot. When someone keeps putting on the brakes like that, it's often someone who's not quite ready. But you can see a sudden change, something they're learning that they've discovered. So, yeah, there we go. Full steam ahead now. Building the foundation. See, it's all about building the foundation. It's about being generous. See, this is someone waiting for someone to reciprocate. It has to do with someone's house, their home, someone who takes pride in the things that they do. But I feel it's someone's first impressions, and then they put on the brakes. Now they have a different impression because they've learned something. Someone through, probably could be learning on social media or just people in the community. But I feel this is about getting acquainted. Tell me about the Six of Cups. Yeah, the Emperor. See, the Emperor here. This is the Emperor, keeping things kind of to themselves. So it's about discovering the mystery. Something is a mystery. That needs to be discovered. This is what emperors do. They want to know. They want to know everything. What this person's interested in, who they're interested in. where they live, just little things. But like I say, they're kind of just, oh, I'm just curious, no big deal. But someone here is definitely putting on the brakes with someone here. Now we have this sudden change. So tell me about the Emperor. Yeah, this is someone wanting to lay the foundation, but there's a little apprehension, and it could be if it's a blended family, or because there's things that are unknown that still need to be discovered. But I also see this person sort of fantasizing, romance, being more romantic. Yeah, it's all just about learning about each other here. But it's all about laying the foundation. See, feeling a little apprehensive, kind of put on the brakes just a little bit, kind of slow down a little. This is someone who doesn't want to, I feel, move too fast, but it has to do with a lot of self-control, and that's what I feel here. But yeah, now they're discovering something, and now they're full steam ahead. See, they've learned something. This is two of you learning. I think you're both talking to people, discovering things. And I do see this beautiful Queen of Cups energy. If you are the masculine, I mean, wow. This is a soulmate connection. This is, two people here. There's just more things to learn about each other, to discover. But if you are that feminine, you're kind of waiting for this person, open to receive. Yeah, maybe for them to invite you to their home. I feel they're thinking about this. They're taking a leap of faith. They're looking at the risks. Yeah, calculating the risk. But yeah, this is someone just going to go for it. They feel pretty confident. There's something that's making this person feel confident. Yeah, it's a win or lose situation. This is also kind of coming up with ideas too. I do feel like this person's distancing themselves from someone else. I do. And I feel this is like someone kind of procrastinating, should I or shouldn't I? And I do think this is somebody who's that Emperor energy. I mean, they're manifesting all the energies of the kings here. But yeah, they are a little apprehensive. They're looking at the situation. They know, this is someone who knows it's up to them to get this moving, to plant the seed, to build the foundation. And that's what I feel they're going to do. And I do feel they're feeling bold, kind of living in the moment here, being playful, youthful, being a little more flirty. And I feel definitely coming up with ideas. See, romantic ideas. They may even be talking to people about stuff like that. I don't know if this is someone out of practice or what, but tell me about that Six of Cups at the top there. Yeah, so someone keeping it all in, keeping it to themselves here. See, if there are children, keeping it from the children. So it's about privacy. It's someone who's just not ready, if there's children, to involve them. But others of you, where there's no children, it's just an energy of someone who longs for love. It's like you both know. The crush, the longing. And if there's someone you've had a date with or spent some time with, there's been a little time in between. Kind of missing and longing here. Wow. Yeah, I feel this is just like it's a soulmate connection. I feel these are two people who are going to connect quite lovely. Yeah, we have King of Pentacles, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn energy. This is someone leveling up. See, planning, preparing ahead. They're kind of looking ahead, kind of fantasizing and visualizing what it would be like to be. This is someone who longs for family. And if there are no children, it's likely something they want. But there it is, planning ahead a date. See, being romantic, planning something more romantic here. Ooh, yeah, look at that. It's a physical attraction. It's an energy of love here. I think this is just two people here. You're going to two people falling in love here. But it's this is somebody kind of at that win or lose too, though, because you can see this person's energy. They're trying to be logical And they're very, very analytical. And I feel they're kind of over analyzing the situation. If there's children involved, it's kind of understandable because it's somebody wanting to keep this from their children till they're sure where this is going. Yeah. And I do think if it's blended family, this person's a little concerned of a power struggle. Mm-hmm. But they really do see this as an opportunity. Yeah, and I do see them, should I or shouldn't I, procrastinating, but they are preparing. And I can see preparing for change. See, something that they're finding out that they've discovered here is making them kind of excited here. See a spark, a lot of excitement, a lot of passion, a lot of chemistry. Yeah, full steam ahead. This is someone who I'm going to tell you though about this Emperor. This is somebody who decides when they're ready. Okay, and I do think they're planning and preparing. If you're the feminine, like I say, they could be another Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn, or just somebody here who's very stable, very grounded and practical. Yeah, they're definitely planting the seed. Like I feel there's something that you're both learning. There's curiosity. There's definitely a need to know more. Yeah. Teaching each other how you want to be treated, all these things. I'm telling you, this is someone kind of looking at how this could all play out too. A lot of visualizing and fantasizing. But yeah, I mean, I just see living in the moment and just, enjoying this time before moving forward. Because I do think this is someone thinking of moving in together, living together, what it would be like. Mm-hmm. But it's like... I think they are worried that there could be a little bit of a power struggle because it's someone who's kind of used to being in control of things. I mean, it could be both people. If you are single parents, especially used to being in control of everything. So that's, like I say, that little power struggle. But I'm going to tell you, there's a lot of chemistry here. I think this person's really excited here, and I think they're just going to live in the moment here. Yeah, because I think it's about enjoying this time together before you involve anybody else. And that's what I feel. Just the two of you, not involving anyone else so you can enjoy this time. And that's what I think this person's looking at too. I do. But I do think they're coming up with ideas and things to go on dates. But they definitely are determined to win. And they're having that moment of enlightenment, something that they're hearing too. Yeah. Something that they really like. Yeah. See, there's chemistry. Yeah. See, it's whether something feels right or not. See, taking a little step back here and there and looking at the situation. Something feels really just right too. But it's like this person. I mean, this is a King of Swords as someone who's about to make a decision. Mm-hmm. This is someone trying to be patient, temper their passions, temper their emotions. It's very tempting to just take control and swoop right in. Like I almost feel like someone wants to sweep someone off their feet here. Mm-hmm. Yeah, but it's about everything being out in the open. That's what it is. See, starting something new. Something feels amazing. This is someone ready for something new. And I do feel if this is someone who put on the brakes a little bit, they may have gotten a little overwhelmed, but I feel for the most part is if there's children or whatever it is, just keeping it between the two of you. Enjoying that time of discovering and learning about each other without any other involvement. And I feel that's the biggest thing. But I'm seeing a lot of happiness here. A lot of happiness here. Yeah, something worth investing in. It's worth being patient for too. Before telling anyone, involving anybody. Because it's all about that journey, right? Yeah, but it's definitely someone who's left something behind here that wasn't emotionally fulfilling. See, looking for something new. But it's about discovering each other here. I think it's acquaintances. I think or you're just getting acquainted. But I do think meeting through people, acquaintances. This is someone quite romantic too. This Emperor can be quite romantic. See, they plan and prepare and look ahead. They're trying to be really grounded, but it's preparing themselves emotionally. See, head and heart decision, balancing head and heart, trying to go about things the right way here. But they're just preparing themselves in every way. See, being able to provide. I don't know if this is someone who can provide. I feel they can with an Emperor energy. But for some of you, I have to be honest, this is someone who may be pride getting in the way. See, I'm not so sure this is someone who's enough to provide for everybody, especially if it's a blended family. Because I do feel, like I say, this is something has ended, and it's a person rising like the phoenix from the ashes, but there's things that still aren't known. This is someone who's deeply emotional on the inside. Yeah. See, they're on the outside, they're happy and bubbly and cheerful, but on the inside, they're quite emotional about this situation. But it's somebody who just longs for love. So take care, Taurus. I wish you the best here. I feel the advice it's telling you is just be a little patient with this person. There's more than enough interest, but it's about investing. Like, I don't know if their pride's getting in the way. They're coming across as they're maybe a little more well off. I have to be honest, for the feminine. Yeah. I just get that vibe because I feel they don't have enough to provide. You know, they're somebody this is someone who's a natural born provider. They want to be able to provide. I mean, maybe they can. For some of you, it's definitely an Emperor, but I feel like some of you, it's just someone who's that King of Pentacles. And they have enough to provide for themselves if there's children, things like that. Someone always likes to plan and prepare ahead financially. But yeah, like I say, this is what two people can provide for each other. They certainly don't want someone to get away. They're choosing their battles. They've been thinking it through. See the things that they're learning, applying it to this situation too. Yeah, see, taking this to the next level. Leveling up. Yeah. This could be somebody getting a better paid job here at time too, because they're determined to succeed. I feel financially too. But like I feel this is someone who needs someone who's kind of there for them too. Like emperors and empresses usually want partners. And I feel like this is someone who's never really had a partner. But they're definitely leveling up, maybe even a higher paid job. But this is someone putting on the brakes when it's time to take it to the next level. Now, I don't know if it's the feminine here or it's the masculine. I feel like it's the Emperor because it shows up twice, and then something they're hearing and finding out makes them very excited here. I mean, they really want to take this to the next level. But like I say, privacy between the two of you. Yeah, or just being able to find a private place. If you're both single parents, I mean, I get that vibe for some of you. Being able to, have some emotional intimacy and intimate conversation and to have intimacy. Like everything needs to be out in the open. I actually feel this is going to work out okay because the sun is here. See, it's just about things getting going here. Yeah, they're really thinking about how things are going, and they are definitely over analytical. But this is someone who speaks truth. Okay? Or they will speak the truth. They may not, some of you, like I say, you got an Emperor here. Others of you, it's a King of Pentacles. They may not be able to provide for everyone, but it's about two people coming together, going down this path together. Because to me, it's like the Emperor here, the Emperor here. They put on the brakes. Now there's something they're excited about that they've learned. Yeah, this could go in their favor too, But yeah, they see everything in a favorable light too. They see this. If you are the feminine, this person sees you in a favorable light. This is a whole new cycle. Like this person's pretty excited about this. But like I say, they're keeping it all in. I just want to say too much here. Yeah, I think this is someone who's a little worried about, here for a good time, not a long time energy, because that's why they kind of put on the brakes here. Maybe you're both going to put on the brakes at some point here. I wouldn't be surprised. Tell me more about the Wheel of Fortune. Where can this go? Where can this go? Where can this go? Okay, I need to focus. I'm going to grab the other deck here because some of the cards I want to come out are already gone, but I need it right here. Where's this going to go? Yeah, it has to do with expectations, what somebody's expecting to take it to the next level. But something unexpected here. What is this unexpected energy? Some sort of aha moment. Yeah, a gift. Yeah, this is someone giving someone a gift, something unexpected. You're about to receive, if you're the feminine, this could come out of the blue where they give you a little gift. They show you they like you. They want this to go forward. And I do see being romantic and fantasizing. And it's sort of like they've got it all mapped out in their head. Yeah, there could be children involved too. This is a thing, I feel for a lot of you, there's children. I mean, it could be grandchildren, but I see a gift. Now, if it's somebody's birthday party or there's a celebration, this is someone who always remembers gifts. I do think they're quite sentimental, very family oriented. Like if you're the feminine, put it this way, this masculine's already trained. This is who they are. Yeah, they like a good meal, good food. I feel like this is someone who likes a comfortable home. Someone who wants to make somebody feel comfortable too. And I feel they're easy to be around. But yeah, like I say, either they're going to put on the brakes at one point or you are, before things go to the next level. I do think there's going to have to be a conversation. Yeah. Some of you, this person's wealthy. Some of you, they're very wealthy or very comfortable. Yeah. This is someone leveling up, like regardless of if this person comes in and they're acting kind of like that Emperor energy. And if they don't for some reason and they're not telling you everything and you're feeling a bit confused, like there's something they may be keeping a secret. But regardless, this person is somebody here who will be wealthy. Yeah, I just think some of you got a person who is wealthy and some of you don't. So I do feel expecting some kind of gift. If there's a child with a birthday, this person they're definitely somebody who provides. They're used to providing. So that's why I feel their pride could be getting in the way. This is a person who would give the shirt off their back to someone. When it's the King of Pentacles, but now it's like this Emperor energy. Yeah, it's about love. It's about the lovers, two people coming together, falling in love. I think it's just saying enjoy the time you have before you make things complicated, before you think of moving in together or taking things to the next level. This is someone who can be very generous, and I do think if you're the feminine, you're going to receive. They're going to show you they love you, buying little things, nice little things, flowers, little trinkets, even for the children. Like I feel this is someone who's, even if they have their own children, blended family, I think this is someone who, they're smart too. Like not only are they wealthy, I feel, or comfortable, some of them. I don't feel all of them are wealthy. I feel they're comfortable. But some of you definitely don't expect too much too fast. If you're expecting too much and you think this person's wealthy, could be a little bit of a shock here. But like I say, there's someone who give the shirt off their back. If they are not an emperor now, they will be. Okay? But I feel it's just enjoying this time in between, getting to know each other, living in the moment here. Yeah, I think this is someone who just, whatever it is, they're generous. They'll always give something. There's something about this person's finances. Yeah, see, before taking it to the next level, leveling up. See, there's two different scenarios. Some of you definitely, it's a wealthier person. Some of you, they're not as wealthy, but they're comfortable. Yeah, this is an energy of someone here who's feeling a lot of hope, see, this is someone finding out the feelings are mutual too. They're releasing things that no longer serve. This is someone going to let go of their pride. I mean, if you are the feminine and you can't provide too much because you only have enough, if you're a single mother, you can't provide too much. This person will fill that gap because I feel they're generous. And I think it looks like you're about to receive. I mean, this is pretty, you know, but someone needs to let go of their pride. But this is this person sees their first impressions. You take pride in your home, in the things that you do, your appearance, all these things. But there's all this unknown. See, it's about taking things to the next level, emotional intimacy, having intimate conversations. This is why I feel keeping it all to yourself, step by step. Okay, so I think this is going to happen in a step process here. But yeah, this person definitely choosing their battles, thinking things through. They certainly don't want you to get away. The more they learn, the more they want to know. Yeah, falling in love. Yeah, lovely. Take care. Bye for now.